Happy New Year, fabulous people. Okay, I have to say something today because the maniac imposter in the White House decided today that he was going to tweet at North Korea. And this is what the imposter decided to say. This is what he says. Unbelievable what this guy says. He says, North Korean leader Kim-jong-un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him that I too have a nuclear button, but it is much bigger and more powerful than his? And my button works. You guys, oh my God. Look, people are sitting here, they're like so completely relaxed about it, they're making jokes about it. I'm like, are you joking? The only person that's going to be safe in the entire United States of America, if nuclear war breaks out, is going to be the imposter in the White House. They'll be carrying his happy ass into a bunker with a whole bunch of KFC and some McDonald's and some Diet Cokes and everything else and taking his ass down to the bunker while the rest of us are trying to figure out whether or not we're safe. I'm certainly trying to look right now and trying to find out, what countries would be safe from nuclear war? Because if you think two crazy, deranged maniacs that have no business being heads of countries won't engage in something as callous as nuclear war, just watch. He's baiting them. He's goading another maniac. Two maniacs going against each other, trying to puff up their egos in front of the entire world. The only people protected are the ones pumping their egos. They'll take Kim-jong-un down to a nice little bunker where he'll be eating nobody knows what, but he'll be eating a whole lot because we all know he eats a whole lot. And then they'll be taking the imposter in the White House down to a nice little bunker. Maybe they'll even have gold-plated bunkers. Well, he'll be watching CNN where CNN's running through the war zone. Here we are over here. Here's an image right there. Oh my God, another bomb went off. That's another 300 people. CNN is right here live. Because, they're so thirsty to watch people go through war and all this other nonsense. Look, this is real. Even if you don't think it'll hit the United States of America, which I'm not sure. I don't know what the power of their weapons are. It changes every single time. All of a sudden, when Trump became president, they all of a sudden expedited how fast North Korea would be able. They had the capability of getting these weapons. All of a sudden, it went from like 10 years, 4 years, then it went to, all of a sudden, in his presidency, here it is. North Korea is at the point of hitting Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, it's really convenient, but nevertheless, I don't know what their capabilities are, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't believe that. Let me just wait and see them when the bomb drops. There goes is that a bomb? Oh, there's a bomb. Like, I'm not going to sit here and wait around for the bomb to come and just drop all over me. I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to if you're saying that they have the capability, I'm going to believe that because honestly, it's safer to believe that anyway. But there's also the people in South Korea. You have Americans in South Korea. South Korea that's right there by North Korea. South Korea that is literally afraid of this unhinged maniac. You're putting millions of people's lives at risk. It's enough. It's time to impeach him. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for the bombs to drop? Is that what you're waiting for? Let's just wait until he makes sure that he starts the nuclear war. Then we'll impeach him. Oh, so the United States is going to be going through a war and then we're going to have the Congress going and impeaching the president. Is that what you guys are waiting for? Is that what this whole charade is going to be? What else do you need to see from him? What else? What more erraticism do you need to see? What does he need to do? Does he need to run naked through the fucking Oval Office? I mean, what does he need to do? I mean, this is getting to the point where I'm just like, I can't even understand that people are so complacent. This is so it's jokes now. He's now the laughing stock, and I get it because he's such a damn joke. He is a joke. He's a complete and total joke. He's a farce. He's not real. He's an imposter. There's no point in taking this guy seriously. I get it completely. I understand why people feel that way about him because he is an utter joke. But the reality of the situation is the things that he's saying, he is still, unfortunately, to the rest of the world, allegedly the president of the United States of America. We are not talking about the dictator from North Korea. I mean, we could be talking about the dictator from the United States of America because let's all be real here. We are gradually forming into an authoritarian society where it's a one-man rule. We don't really have three branches of government anymore. It's really Donald Trump controls all branches of government. I mean, let's just be honest here. The Republicans are spineless. They're not going to do anything right now. The 2018 elections come around the corner. They're too scared to do anything. They don't know what to do. And then the Democrats, they're also so completely, utterly spineless too, because they don't have any power, one. But number two, they're not really in it, fighting it the way that they should be fighting it. So we don't really have the recourse right now. That's why 2018 elections are so important. They're the most important elections of your lifetime. I need you to understand that it's the most important election of your lifetime. You cannot sit out this election. And as a matter of fact, you have to start right now. You have to start right now. This is no longer about, this is a matter of life and death. It's not about anymore about the fact that he's just an unhinged, deranged, lunatic maniac. It's no longer just about that. It's about the fact that this unhinged, deranged, lunatic maniac has access to nuclear buttons and is threatening another nuclear power country that literally wants to set off bombs. Kim-jong-un has been threatening the hell out of the United States for a long time, and he's been threatening the hell out of Donald Trump, seriously threatening him. And then he's going and he's setting off nuclear weapons and missiles and whatever else, setting off test missiles, just to let the United States know, go fuck yourself. And that's exactly what he's been doing for a long time. But this is no longer funny. So that even the rich people, all you people who are profiting off of this farce of a presidency, you are also not safe. Do you have a bunker? Where's your bunker? Is Secret Service going to come and save you? Or what, you're going to get some security guards? Is that what you're going to go do? Hire some security guards? They're going to come out and what? Put you where? Put you where? The basement somewhere where the bombs are going off? The bomb that'll just lift your basement off and then throw it off into Never Never Land? Is that what you're going to be doing? You're not safe either. So even if you like the economy, which he did not start, has nothing to do with, there's nothing he's done that has helped that economy. So, but even if you like it and you want to attribute it to him, good, go for it. But the truth is, even if you do you like your life better? I mean, do you want to enjoy the economy you claim you like? Do you think that there's going to be anything gained by the United States going to war with North Korea? And then you're talking about a starving country. Do you think Kim Jong-un gives a flying fuck about starving his own people? He will watch them starve to death. He will watch them starve to death and continue to build up his nuclear power. That's what he will do. This isn't a game. We're not playing a game. There are millions of lives at stake. This is a very serious situation. So it is time to get serious. This guy has to be impeached. They have to invoke the 25th Amendment. They don't have a choice anymore. It's time to start calling Congress consistently. Like, this is enough. I'm not willing to die for this. I don't have that. Look, first of all, this madness that he's engaging in, this is his own shit. There's no we in this. This United States, us shit is not right now. This is Donald Trump and then the rest of the United States of America. They need to understand there's a distinction here. Okay? Because you can't just say because he's allegedly the president of the United States, he speaks for me, and he can just be like, she's willing to die too. No, you know the fuck I'm not. I'm not willing to die for this bullshit. And I'm not willing to watch millions of people die for this bullshit. So the truth is, it's time for us to get active. We got to get active. We got to get really, really, really active. They haven't done anything about gun control. Look at what's happening in our country. Look at the people getting killed by guns. No one's even talking about it. It's like, okay, we're just going to let people die. Then who cares? Let's just move on. Nothing is changing about that. More and more people are getting killed. There was even a deputy who was killed the other day. This is getting out of control. So look, we need people with a backbone in Congress. We need people who understand the threat that is this imposter in the White House. We need people who have the power and the fight to fight this. Nancy Pelosi is not the person. Chuck-Schumer is not the person. I'm sorry. If you're a Democrat, I've been a Democrat my entire life. If you are a Democrat, listen to me loud and clear. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are not the people. We need other people in Congress that have the requisite spinal cord. Not the ones that are like jellyfish. Not the jellyfish spinal cord Congress people. We need the ones with a spinal cord. We need to get right now and start finding out who those candidates are that are running in your particular state, in your congressional district. You need to figure out who those people are if they're running. If there's any senator right now, I don't care who it is, you need to go and figure it out. Figure it out. Are you running? Okay, what are your platform? What do you feel about this imposter in the White House? What do you feel about impeachment? Would you be afraid to impeach him? Because any person in Congress that says they're afraid to impeach him after what this man is doing right now, putting all of our lives at risk and putting all these Americans, don't just act like Americans just live in the United States of America. They're Americans in South Korea. They're Americans in Japan. Can you please chill the fuck out, Mr. Imposter? And yes, this is serious. So don't let people continuously tell you that this is not serious and that, oh, he's just saying this in jest. In jest at whose expense? At whose expense? Our expense. He's got to go. That's it. Your job, you've been terminated. Your job has been terminated. Hand him the pink slip. Send him off. As a matter of fact, pay him off if you have to. Literally. Hey, here's your stipend as the president of the United States. Here you go. You know? Here is your stipend. Here is your pension for the next... This would have been your pension for the next whatever. Here, we'll pay it all to you up front. Like, just give it to him. Give him a nice going away package. Send him off into a nice island somewhere. Let him enjoy the rest of his life. I don't really even care. But you have to take him away from the helm of the United States of America. You have to either impeach him, you have to invoke the 25th Amendment, or you have to force him to resign. Those are your three options. Those are the only three options you have. And those are the only three options we have. So anybody who's supporting Donald Trump, I'm telling you right now, you have to stop. You have to stop. Unless you're saying, I don't care, I'm ready to get blown up. Well, look, that is ridiculous and delusional. Nobody is worth it. Nobody is worth you losing your livelihood or another person losing their livelihood over. It's not worth it. And he's the only one that will be safe. Think about that. Just think about that. They will take him down and protect him first. The very first person they're going to protect is the president of the United States. So he goes and sets off the nuclear button. Oh, so Kim-jong-un just wants to call me fat? Okay, well, then I'm going to press the nuclear button. I'm going to show him I'm not a fatty. Bam. He presses that off. Whatever the hell goes off. Then all of a sudden they just rush his ass to a bunker. And the rest of us are just waking up to bombs everywhere. Is that what you want? Or we're waking up and hearing about all the places in South Korea that just got bombed. Is that what we're looking for? Or all the people even in North Korea, because there are innocent people in North Korea. These people are under a brutal dictatorship. They can't even leave the country without permission. They can't even go to the state capitol without permission. You have to be part of an exclusive club to be part of that society. You will never benefit in that society. Those people are poor. The government owns their entire lives. They don't care about their people. So when you're making jokes about their country being depleted and the people starving to death, that's not funny. They're dying, literally dying, because you're starving them to death because you don't want to use diplomacy. This isn't a game anymore. And this guy is a problem. And he's been a problem for a long time. But this is getting to the point where he's going to inflict his issues, his psychological issues on the rest of us. And I'm just not really willing to go out like that. That's not the way I plan on going out in life. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my thing. You know, I mean, so I feel like if you're going to be the person that decides that you want to go and set off bombs and stuff like that, then you should be the one responsible for the consequences of that on your own. I don't feel like you should bring us into the United States. We're the United States of America. Stop calling us U.S. Like, we're the United States of America, okay? It's not an us thing. It's a country thing. We're not with him. He's doing his own thing over there. And I need North Korea, if you're a North Korean, even though I know you will never hear this, because you're not even allowed to use the internet. I mean, we're sitting here making jokes about people who are suffering in other countries. That's funny for the president of the United States. This is okay with people? And we're supposed to just keep it moving because you know what? He says these things all the time. He doesn't say things about nuclear weapons, though. He's talking about nuclear weapons and the capability of using nuclear weapons. Do you guys know what nuclear weapons is? That's a total annihilation. We're talking about goodbye. Millions of lives. This isn't a fucking joke anymore. This isn't funny. None of this is funny. I don't like him. I despise him. He's got to go. And so I'm going to call Congress and I am going to harass the hell out of them. And, you know, I'm kind of annoyed with my own, you know, senators because they're spineless anyway. They're Democrats, but they're spineless. And the problem is, you know, we need fresh blood, new leadership. We need people who are ready to go and fight. We need people who understand that you cannot just put the rest of our lives at risk because you want to play some kind of cowboy shit, even though we all know you're a coward, because you're not the one that's going to have to suffer the consequences. You're going to send someone else's kids out there to suffer the consequences. You're going to put someone else's kids at risk while your family and the rest of you guys sitting there eating KFC and McDonald's and drinking Diet Cokes and watching CNN and the bomb in the war zones and stuff like that under a bunker while the rest of us are going to suffer. I don't think so. I don't think so. That's enough. Enough is enough. It's time to start calling the GOP. Like, look, you guys, this is enough. You have to be like, nah, you don't have a choice anymore on this one. If you guys don't want to do something about his presidency, then you guys should step aside. Let other people become elected officials. Let them come in 2018 and let them, you know, impeach him. Let them invoke the 25th Amendment. Talk to the cabinet. Get the cabinet to agree. I'm sure even Nikki Haley probably agrees after seeing that tweet. I'm sure even Mike Pence is probably like, oh my God. At a certain point, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Impeach, resign, 25th Amendment. End of story.